stand on the other songs.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 591. It's Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, Internet Talk Radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on Earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer. Plus, we bring you the return of the segment Welsh on the World, where we talk to Robert Owen Welsh about the latest movies and music.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And this is interesting. Today is Guy Fawkes Day if you were England. And then you'd have to lose it.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Lose all your explosives, because that's when they like to blow things up on that day. Kind of unsafe. Hey, Basil the Boxer doesn't look like he's going to be hanging around much more. Oh, there he goes, I say. He's leaving. He's had enough of me podcasting. But now, here's something else I want to tell you about that's very good of me to be broadcasting, and that is, soy milk is so bad for you. No, it's not.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
This is something Robert Owen Welsh tells me over and over again, but it's full of crot.
Mike's
Because,
Daily
according to this website,
Podcast.
soy milk does not have estrogen. Well, it has estrogen in it, but it's a plant estrogen, and it is very different from the hormone estrogen, and it's isoflavones, and they are they're naturally occurring. It's a naturally occurring plant compound. They're classified as plant estrogens, but isoflavones are very different from the hormone estrogen. And so consuming soy milk, and I like soy milk, but I don't drink a whole bunch of it. Okay, there's this story here, I guess Men's Health. Is this Men's Health? Yeah. So it's this long article about how this guy drank 3 quarts of soy milk a day, and I guess he developed breasts. I don't even drink that much. I drink maybe not even a quart. Like not even a quart of a quart of a quart. A quarter of it's so little that I drink anyway. But every time Robert Welsh sees me drinking soy milk, he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't drink that. You'll develop breasts because it has estrogen in it." It's like, okay, look, this website also says that as far as general nutrition, that the soy milk that I drink actually comes from whole soybeans, so it's better for you. Oh, and it does not upset your stomach. My friend Robert Owen Welsh is always telling me how it upsets his stomach. But it says here, while any food can cause sensitivity in some people, clinical studies don't show soy causes more gastrointestinal disturbances than any other commonly consumed food. Furthermore, soy milk is a wholesome and delicious milk alternative for those who can't drink milk due to lactose intolerance, like yours truly. This is all on the website from the people that make the soy milk that I drink. So I don't know, this could be spun a particular way to make them look better, you think? Maybe? At any rate, I don't drink that much of it anyway, so I'm not going to be getting boobs anytime soon. But if I do, I will let you know, because I will never be leaving the house, because there'll be a party going on right here. There was also an interesting thing that happened with a Razor scooter that I saw when I went to see Aaron Fonseca. Yesterday we had the Fonseca Matthews Project, and when I went to his house in San Francisco, I took Bart there, and I'm walking down the street. There's a guy on a Razor scooter who's probably about as old as me, and he's flying down the street, and then he goes to go up a driveway. When he hits the driveway, the sudden change in the surface area, he can't control his Razor scooter, and he falls on his face, and he's wearing glasses, and he gets up right away. He's like, ouch, ow, and I run over to him. I'm the one closest to him, so I'm helping him out. And he's got, where his glasses were on it, around his right eye, he's got like a couple scratches from the glasses. So I'm giving him a bunch of, I just grabbed a bunch of napkins from Starbucks earlier, so I'm giving him all these napkins. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm almost home. And then he left. That was crazy. Razor scooters, man. All these people in San Francisco riding those. because they don't want to take the buses. They don't want, and they're easy to bring on a bus. They're easy to transport when you're not using them, but still they're quite dangerous. You must be careful with them. And soy milk. Oh, look who just walked in.
Hello, my God, it's Chely Shoehart, the gift shop supervisor, and if I drink a lot of soy milk, will I get bigger boobs?
Well, once again, this website from the makers of the soy milk that I drink says that won't happen. It's a different type of estrogen that's in the... That's like these people that also say that certain plastics have the same basic chemical composition as estrogen. They say that can affect you too.
So I should be eating plastic to get bigger boobs?
Some people use plastic a different way for that very same purpose. But yeah, so I don't know. But like I said, I drink so little of it. I'm not like the biggest fan of it because if you have a lot of it, you start to go, oh, this does kind of taste like a bean. And if I'm going to be drinking a bean, I might as well be heating it up and put some cheese on top of it, put some meat in it, and I'm going to be eating chili.
What are you saying, Mike Matthews?
Not sure. Look who else just walked in. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman.
And this is John Deere, the engineer. Happy Guy Fawkes Day.
Thank you. Yes, it's a British holiday. Whoa, what was that?
What was what, Governor? Nothing happening here. Just blowing up Parliament.
Wow, you're such an anarchist, John Deere, the engineer.
Not really. I'm just celebrating Guy Fawkes Day.
Mikey likes to celebrate the British holidays. You know, along with Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July. Oh, they don't celebrate the 4th of July there. Yeah, they do. No, they don't. They're kind of mad at us for taking... That's the day we took from them what they thought was theirs to make this country that we love, America. I feel so patriotic now. Where's Lee Greenwood? No Lee Greenwood today. But this is interesting. Hugh Jackman won't be hurting for work anytime soon. He's ready for another adamantium infusion as Wolverine. According to eonline.com, he will reprise his signature role as the Marvel superhero for a sequel to this summer's blockbuster hit, The Wolverine. That movie's director, James Mangold, is also in talks with 20th Century Fox to take the reins again, as well as write a treatment for the follow-up. The storyline is being kept under wraps for now, but word of another installment is a no-brainer, considering The Wolverine is now the second highest grossing X-Men film of all time, raking in $413 million worldwide. The new flick will mark the 8th time the 45-year-old Jackman is sinking his... He looks great! 45? Wow! The dude never ages. Sinking his claws into the part that launched him to stardom. His next adventure, X-Men Days of Future Past, is actually coming out May 23rd of next year, in which he goes back in time to save the fellow mutants, like a younger Professor Xavier and Magneto. But he told E! News while attending the Angel Ball benefit in New York City, playing the hero on the big screen all these years continues to be an honor he holds dearly. He's like a best friend, Wolverine, he said. He's the beginning of my career here in America, and he's still there. It's been 14 years. I can't believe it. I love the character. I love playing him, and I'm probably loving him more than ever. Aw, isn't that so romantic? Mike, Hugh Jackman can sing and dance! Yes, he can. That's true. He hosted the Academy Awards one year. That was pretty good.
He did a much better job than James Franco.
Yes. James Franco's been in a couple of Marvel movies, right? He was the son of the villain in the Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Which just makes me ask this question. So you've got all these Marvel superheroes, right? The X-Men, Spider-Man, and the Avengers. Those were all Marvel superheroes. Why don't they didn't bring those all together, did they, with the Avengers? I know that was written in the original comic book, that the X-Men joined the Avengers, but that might be a cool, big, huge summer blockbuster to end all blockbusters. John Deere.
Guy Fawkes Day.
All right, well, what do you think about that? What do you think about Hugh Jackman? Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. That's where you can find links to where to find us in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes when I post a new show. You can download it right away through the iTunes, and you can also rate and comment on the show in iTunes. We also have links to where to find us on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, and when I post a new show, you'll instantly get it there as well. And share the post with your friends so that more people will find out about Mike's Daily Podcast. Also at mikesdailypodcast.com, a link to the Amazon deal of the day. If you buy something there through the portal, you will actually help support the show. We get a little bit of money from that. There's also links to where to find us on Yelp, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Twitter, and yes, there's the daily podcast picture and the blog, all there at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Welsh on the world.
Hello! I didn't see you there. My name is Internet Talk Radio for Your Imaginations, Mike Matthews of Mike's Daily Podcast. Let me welcome you, as it were, to the celebrated world where we call Welsh on the World. Would you like to join us in this special world? Well then please take my hand and let's go. Here we are in Welsh on the World's world. Here we find a nice couch and sit across from Owen Welsh, who we find is also sitting on a couch. Hello, Owen.
Well, hello, Mike, and it sure is good to be here.
Well, of course it's good to be here. We're in your world, Owen. Welsh on the World.
That's so right, Mike. I must say, you've caught me in a very interesting time.
Why is that, Owen?
Well, as you can see, I have my dog sitting right next to me.
Why, Owen, you silly goose. That's my dog. That's Basil the boxer.
Oh, but of course it is. I should have known by his stinking breath.
Ha ha ha. Owen, that truly is funny.
Yes, Mike. Basil's breath reminds me of a rotting corpse.
Indeed, Owen. Please tell us about your amazing career thus far.
Well, Mike, my career included a stint at the famous Don Bluth Studios in Ireland.
Don Bluth. Why, wasn't he the famous animator behind movies like The Great Mouse Detective and An America's Tale?
Ha ha ha, that's not right, Mike. Actually, he didn't work on The Great Mouse Detective, but he taught me all I know about animation. I bet I could animate you.
Ha ha ha, I hope not. What else have you done?
Well, Mike, I've worked at a video game companies. Well, a few you may have heard of. Ever played the video game, Mike?
Ever played a video game? Well, yes, Owen, but please don't tell my wife.
Ha, Mike, you're divorced.
Oh, that's right. I don't know how I forgot that. I kind of wish I would forget that.
Oh, Mike, you will. That's what alcohol's for. Mike, I would like to tell you that the listening audience about some of the movies I've seen lately. Would you permit me to tell them?
Why, sure, Owen. After all, it is your world.
It is at that. Well, Mike, I recently have been I've been watching some movies, yes. And let's see, the latest one I've seen
Yes.
would be The Counselor.
Ah, who did that movie?
Ridley Scott directed The Counselor, and I must say, from such a bloody good director, it was a bloody awful film.
Oh.
I mean, I scratched my so hard that I had a rash when I came out of there.
Why you gotta go blue?
I don't know why. It just happened that way.
Why you gotta go Southern from British?
I have a trouble discerning my past. You see, I was hit on the head when I was just a kid.
Okay, now you've become Truman Capote. All right, where are you going next? This is a trip.
Yes. I'd like to talk about another movie I saw called Captain Phillips.
Oh, how was that movie?
That was quite good. I really did like that. Even the simoleons, they looked very starving and, very gaunt. And I really liked the starving look because I thought it was authentic simoleon.
Oh, okay.
And Captain Phillips was Tom Hanks, and he was rather good. I think he's got an Oscar coming his way again.
Oh. Well, I didn't write the rest of this, so we're just going to have to go off the top of our heads. I was trying to do more of like a 1950s, hello, I didn't see you there. My name is Mike Matthews. Let's go over and see what Owen Welsh is doing.
What am I doing?
Well, I couldn't print out the rest of the script because of the stupid computer at work wasn't working. So, and I didn't write anything else. So I was just... So tell us more about Captain Phillips. They actually used real Ethiopians, didn't they?
They were black, yeah.
I heard they used a guy he never acted before.
Yeah, and he was very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I quite liked him.
And, well, how was Gravity?
Gravity was a different film. That was with Sandra Bullock.
And how was
and
Gravity?
George Clooney. It was very good. Gravity, of course, is a metaphor in the film. It has to do with Sandra Bullock's depression.
Oh.
You see, the weight and the burdens that she carried inside were pulling her down. And she wanted to go up to space and just give up.
Oh. Wow, that's deep.
I know. But eventually, she found her fighting spirit and pulled through in the end.
Wow. And
I hope I didn't give away too much, Mike.
no. You are total Madonna right now, jumping in and out of British accents. I heard Neil Tyson deGrasse, or whatever the heck his name is, the guy who's on PBS. He criticized the movie. He was tweeting. He's saying, this wouldn't happen in space. That wouldn't happen in space. He just really ticks me off.
Yeah, I think you should go and see the movie, mostly for the visual effects, because the story, while it is decent, it isn't the best we've seen.
Oh, okay.
But the visual effects are obviously the big pull for that one.
And the counselor was eh?
The counselor was terrible. But I don't think it was Ridley Scott's fault. I think it was whoever wrote that screenplay should just be shot.
Okay.
And it was the same... I think the premise of the story was the same writer who did No Country for Old Men.
Oh.
It's the same novelist. And I already didn't really like No Country for Old Men. I thought it was too wordy. Because, there's a lot of monologues and speeches, and it's just not realistic.
Yeah, who talks that much?
Nobody talks that much.
Except on the podcasts.
Yeah, people talk on podcasts, but not as much as they do in that film. I mean, there were just speeches upon speeches. I thought I was watching Julius Caesar.
Oh, why watch a stupid Ridley Scott movie when you can watch Julius Caesar? See a classic.
Exactly. Marlon Brando.
Is this a dog on my son before me?
That's my impression of him.
Friends, countrymen, Romans.
Romans, countrymen,
Lend me your ears.
I'm Milton Bradley.
He actually didn't slur his speech in that film. It was another film I think he slurred in. But he said the reason he did it is because it added more authenticity authenticity to the character.
Authenticity?
Yes.
Yeah, we can really talk like a couple of stone British people now the rest of the show, if you want.
I can't really talk that way.
You gotta pretend like your teeth are falling out of your mouth.
I'm trying to pretend that, but my teeth get in the way.
They're getting in the way of you talking. It's really bad.
Hey, I'm not, in radio, and I'm not good with my voice. I seldom talk. I sit silently in front of a piece of paper and try and draw.
Now tell me, did you really work with Don Bluth? I mean, I know the answer to this, but I wrote it wrong. Yes,
Well, when you say worked with...
You worked with.
It was more like working under.
Under. Like he was teaching you.
Teaching.
I see.
Yes. We didn't really collaborate on anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not at that level.
Yes, you are.
In my mind, I am, but when I put it on paper, it never comes out that way.
Who did The Great Mouse Detective?
That was Disney.
It was?
It was!
So what else did he do? Don Bluth.
So his first film is called The Secret of Nim.
Okay.
And that came out in 1982.
And that was your favorite?
Yes. Because he made that as an independent studio, and, you know, he wasn't controlled by any marketing or any nonsense from other hands, you know, reaching in and trying to control the direction of the film.
Basil's really enjoying sitting on your lap, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway.
Yeah, so he wasn't controlled by anybody. He really wants to put his head on your crotch. I apologize. Okay, continue. We're talking about Basil.
Anyway. After that, I mean, The Secret of Nim flopped.
Did it?
It was it was another disaster.
I didn't realize. Okay.
He thought he was finished, washed up, nothing would ever happen. And then, all of a sudden, this guy walks in from video games and says, would you like to make a game? He's like, well, I don't know anything about games. He's like, well, I'm thinking of making a Laserdisc game. And you would animate all the scenes. And they made a game called Dragon's Lair.
I spent so many hours with that game.
And it made millions.
Yeah.
In fact, Don Bluth said at one of the company meetings, money galore in 84. And the second he said that, you know, sweat started to drip from his brow. He's like, I should not have said that.
Oh, really?
No, he felt very guilty about it.
Huh.
But then they went on to make Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace.
Space Ace. I remember Space Ace.
And then when they thought there was nothing left, because the coin ops started going downhill at that point, they thought, oh, well, what do we do now? Well, suddenly, Steven Spielberg offers to make a picture with them.
Oh.
And that's when An American Tail comes into view.
Somewhere out there
beneath the pale moonlight. Yeah, that one. And that has since become a famous wedding song. So he sort of made his mark there.
Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram.
And that movie went on to make, I think, like $70 million. So
wow.
Mice are nice.
So what happened after that? What was the next movie he did?
The next movie was another collaboration with Spielberg, and they made The Land Before Time.
Oh, okay.
With the dinosaurs.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, he went to go on and make... He left, you know, Spielberg left the studio at that point, and they were already in Ireland, and they continued making pictures. His next picture was All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I know.
And there was a sequel to that, wasn't there?
He did not work on any sequel.
Oh.
The only sequel he worked on was a direct-to-video animated film called Bartok the Magnificent, which was a sequel from Anastasia.
No kidding.
That he directed in 1997.
And he did Anastasia.
He did Anastasia.
Ah.
He did 2 films while he was at Fox. He did Anastasia and he did Titan A.E.
And that was his last one?
Yes.
Titan A.E.
Anastasia made money, and then Titan A.E. flopped.
Wow. So you got to know Don, you got to talk to him, and, you know...
He's a very mysterious person.
Oh.
He likes to sit across from you and just look at you, and you know he knows something about you that you don't know. But you're also afraid to ask him questions, and you're not sure where to start.
Huh. Kind of intimidating?
Kind of intimidating, but also in a friendly way. He also seems like a very friendly, warm person to be around.
And you're like that, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
What about the new Katy Perry album called Prism?
It was very dark. Very deep. She's bearing her soul, finally. I think she's grown as a woman and as a singer. She's finally broken free from her sort of kiddie teeny bop, cotton candy pop songs.
She was shooting whipped cream out of her bra.
Yeah, I think she's grown from that.
Okay.
She's learned things.
And apparently this thing with John Mayer is serious, according to her.
It's always serious in Hollywood when you're together. And then when you're not, it's not that serious anymore.
That's so profound.
Thank you.
What other albums have you heard lately?
Let's see, I haven't really heard any other albums. Other than, singles from all these new people who are coming out with new albums. I mean, I heard Justin Timberlake's album.
You like that? You like the first...
I only liked his singles.
Okay.
Which was Suit and Tie and then Mirrors.
Yeah, the station I work at is playing the heck out of Mirrors.
That's his second single, and they're pushing that. And he also won Video of the Year.
I will say that is a cool song, though. When I first heard it, I'm like, that's Justin Timberlake? It sounds like Justin Timberlake because he does the beatboxing in the background like he does on a lot of his stuff. Oh, you were telling me about some TV show.
Oh, yeah, there's this British show called The Brass Eye. Is that what I was talking about?
Yeah, what is that about?
I'm not really sure. It's sort of like a satirical news show.
Ah.
And it just goes on to sort of make fun of, presidents, prime ministers.
And did you bring that?
Events.
Did you bring that with you tonight?
I did bring that with me.
So we're gonna watch that in a little bit.
Yes.
What fun. Okay. Well, I can't wait to see that.
Yes, I'd like to see that over some brownies and perhaps some milk.
It's going to take me a while to make brownies, and all I have is soy milk, which you violently have a distaste for.
I only say it out of concern for you.
Because you're afraid I'm going to grow boobs.
Well, do you want to invest in bras?
It's called a man's ear. It's called the bro.
No, I used to drink soy milk for a long time. And then, I started getting stomach problems. Like, I'd get stomach aches and stuff. And I don't know. People were saying, oh, you shouldn't drink that. So then I started drinking goat's milk.
Oh, how is that?
It tasted like a petting zoo. Have you smelled, when you take your kids to the petting zoo and you can smell, the goats and the poop on the floor and just sort of the dirty and nastiness of, there's, hay over there and it's sort of molding.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it tastes like.
Mm.
And at first I thought it was disgusting, but after a while you get to love that taste.
What?
It's a very gamey taste.
No, thank you.
But they say it's the easiest thing for you on your stomach.
Huh. Well...
I
didn't. When I tried it, I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. Well, that would be sheep milk.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Don't goats do that, too?
Oh, I guess they do.
Well, the goats, it is good milk. You like goat cheese, don't you?
Yes.
So, it tastes like that, just more liquidy.
I want goat cheese, not goat milk.
Oh, okay.
Even though they're made from this.
If you think about it, how much milk can you really get out of a goat? Not
Really?
as much as a cow.
True. And I'm lactose intolerant.
And the teats are very small. They have to have small children from China brought over to milk a goat. Because the hands of Americans are too big. They can't actually grab...
Where did you hear this?
What do you mean, where did I hear it? It's on the news.
What?
Asian children are being exploited in this country. And I want to bring attention to it on your program.
I don't think that your facts are right.
Just go to any dairy farm anywhere in the world. You'll see them back there.
Okay.
They've got goggles on, they've got a little SARS mask, and they're milking the cows.
Okay. I feel really sad all of a sudden. Just very overwhelmed with sadness.
Well, they're all girls. China doesn't want them. They throw those in the trash. So they said, here, you use them to milk goats.
Wow, Robert. So in conclusion, spreading wild lies and rumors on my show.
I would never do that.
Misinformation is what you are. Mr.
Hey, listen, everything you listen to on the radio and on the internet is the truth. And don't ever second guess that.
Anything you'd like to promote before you end your time?
Yes, I would like to promote Mike's Daily Podcast that takes place in Castro Valley, California.
Podcaster Valley.
Podcaster Valley. I think it's a great show, and there's something in it for the whole family.
And
I've left you speechless, Mike. Speechless.
I don't know what to say except thanks for being on the show and thanks for being Basil's pillow.
You're welcome. Thanks, Mike.
Welsh on the World. As we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is actually a drawing with Madame Rutabaga, and here she is right now.
Hello, Michael Matthew. Hello, everybody. It's Madame Rutabaga. And I want to tell you that it was very fun to do this drawing about the Miley Cyrus.
Yes, Miley Cyrus. We're both concerned about her. We'll tell you why we're concerned about her. And yeah, it has something to do with her nudity lately. But read that cartoon there at mikesdailypodcast.com.
He's so funny. Oh,
What do you think about razor scooters, Madame Rutabaga?
I think they are terrible, but I like the laser scooters.
What are those?
It's when you're scooting on a laser beam.
What? I don't understand. They don't have that.
Yes, they do. I made it. It's a laser beam that you are skating on, and it's a scooter. And yes. Oh.
You're making all this up.
No, I'm not. See?
Oh, wow, that is a laser. Here, I'm going to jump on and skate on it. Ow! That hurt.
Yes, but what do you expect? You're skating on lasers. That's stupid.
Ugh. John Deere? Yeah, she's pretty much right. We haven't perfected the laser scooters yet, so stick to the razor scooters. We haven't perfected the razor scooters either. Look, that guy just crashed, landed on his face. Well, it's going to be making all the people at the hospitals happy. Ha ha ha, what a great way to end the show. Tomorrow we will bring you the return of the segment Fabagoo Things to Do with Fabagoo.com founder Steve Hansen telling us what fun things to do this weekend. Here's a little hint. None of it involves riding a razor scooter. Plus, we'll hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster.
If I drink a lot of soy milk, would I get bigger boobs? Listen here, Chely Shoehart. Madame Rutabaga, hello. Yes, you know what? I don't think that you need to make those get any bigger. What is the size of the bra you are wearing now? I don't want to talk about it on the podcast. Well, stop buying the bra. Bras are annoying. I hate them. Oh!
You know, I don't know where I stand on this topic.
Yeah, you should leave it at that, Mike Matthews.
Okay, I will.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.